Finally, it has happened to me. Sorry.
Right in front of my fucking face. Oh, sorry.
Menopause? Oh, wait. Never mind.
Not. I wish. Anyway. Alright. So here we go. Welcome to the threesome, y'all. This is the podcast where the three of us try to talk about at least 3 topics each week. Welcome back to those of you who have been with us before. For those of you who have not, the 3 of us are our point person, an optimistic realist. Her name is Star.
Cold going mad. Cold going mad.
You said. Oh, anyway. The center of our threesome and our voice of reason, his name is Magic.
Best daddy ever.
Okay. Subjective opinion.
I only care about mine.
Well, yours actually technically isn't the one that counts. It's the little people's. But anyway, bring
They
up
hit
the rear.
puberty and don't know shit anyways. I'm good.
Well, no, you're incorrect. They hit puberty and they know every fucking thing. Trust me.
Absolutely.
Thinking you do and knowing you do is 2 whole different things.
Absolutely. Bringing up the rear, as usual, I identify as the pragmatic contrarian of the group, and my name is Storm.
Dun, dun.
Okay. So, this week, well, why don't we start with the current events of it all? I'm not familiar with the Chappelle kerfuffle. So, Magic, if you want to outline what's going on there.
You know, every special he puts out, they attempt to cancel him because he uses the word trans and might throw some gay jokes in along with the white jokes and the black jokes and the Asian jokes and everybody else. And apparently, to the trans community, not understanding their struggle is transphobic. So they mad again. They'll be over it in a week.
Yeah. People are way too fucking sensitive. People are just way too fucking sensitive. Like,
I mean, I agree.
He jokes about every fucking thing. And here's my thing about especially a comedian, okay? You don't like what he does, don't fucking listen to him.
And that's what I was going to say, because like
really
I didn't
simple.
watch the special, so I don't know what he said to garner the outrage. Like, I don't know. I
Not
really
a
don't know.
damn thing.
But I mean, but
No,
it really
he didn't.
doesn't. But it really doesn't matter because he's a fucking comedian.
Like,
He's
why
a
do
comedian.
you care so freaking much?
That's what I'm saying. If he
No,
was
if you feel the way that you do, you shouldn't be making money. You shouldn't be making that much money if you're not understanding of the trans community.
Which
We're
is
gonna
so
cancel
stupid.
you.
Which is so like I feel like okay, and we'll get to Gruden later. But like if it was that kind of situation where he was actually in charge of something or somebody, like
Exactly.
if he was a politician that's
Exactly.
out there formulating policy, I could understand that anything he says,
is under scrutiny,
being under a microscope.
Realistically, he said nothing bad about
He
trans people
didn't.
whatsoever.
Again, I don't know. I'm just speaking from what I know because I didn't see it, so I don't even know whether I don't even know what he said because I haven't bothered to. Like, I knew there was some kind of kerfuffle because the Twitter sphere gets its panties in a knot. But okay, and I just gotta say this, and Lord, like I hate having to criticize. Okay, here's the thing. I asked somebody a question online one time, and because I asked a question, I'm transphobic. Y'all gotta stop that shit.
Welcome to 2021.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? Like, and I think, and I was asking a serious question. Like, explain it to me. Like, talk to me.
But
Not,
they took
I
it like
wasn't
you were
trying to be
making fun.
funny.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like, I wasn't trying to be fun. I was asking a question. Like, I wanted to know. Like, I wanted to know the answer so that I can grow. Okay. But because I asked a question, I'm transphobic. So at that point, I was checked out of the conversation. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
what? And that's the danger in that. And I said the same thing, and I know I'm gonna get shit about this, but I say the same thing about Black Twitter in general because everything gets their panties in a bunch. Like, if you want to upset a whole bunch of Black people and take their eye off the prize and make them be outraged
Focus on
about
some
nothing,
bullshit.
just say some bullshit, and then all of Twitter is will go after that one thing you said, and meanwhile, they're getting fucked in the ass over here by somebody who ain't said shit. You know what I mean? So it just, the whole outrage machine just is irritating to me. And I don't know if it's a function of my age. Now, I think that there is a very, like, that outrage is useful at times. You know what I mean? Like it's useful at times.
Mm-hmm.
Um if I don't know, like I said, if you're out here in the world saying crazy shit and you're in charge of people, you absolutely deserve to get fired.
Yeah, but he's a freaking comedian. He's a freak. I don't. And again, he didn't say anything bad. Like,
Okay.
I don't understand
Whatsoever.
why. I
Yeah.
don't. And it's not just the transgender community, but it is more prominent. Unfortunately, it seems in that community where
Mm.
because you don't understand, they
Yeah.
get real defensive and
No, I don't think it's more prominent in that community. I think it's because, I mean,
right.
I think it's a big thing in that community, but I mean, I've seen it with gay people. If you ask a question, you're homophobic. I've seen it I've seen it with, unfortunately, with Black people. Somebody says something or asks a question, and oh, well, you're racist because you asked that question. The
Oh, we
fact
are
that you,
overly dramatic. We're second behind the LGBT, whatever the fuck, extra letters community.
well,
But realistically, there's two things happening here. One, outrage on the internet. You're full of shit. You're sitting at home with Twitter fingers. Like, slap yourself. You're not actually going to get up, write a politician, hold a fucking rally. You're not going to do anything but go along with the rest of the fuckheads that are pretending to be mad on Twitter. The other thing happening is most marginalized groups, especially nowadays, you don't want equal treatment. You want special treatment. You're not fucking special.
I don't know that
And
that's
if we were
true
all equal,
necessarily.
yeah.
No, I don't think that that's true necessarily. Um, I think, but I mean, some of what you're saying.
I
Okay,
could say
like,
nigga 50 times on this podcast. Nobody will say shit. Let me say faggot once. It's a problem.
right. I mean,
People want to be treated more special than others.
well, I
And
don't
one
know
of the
that.
jokes he has in there is like, I'm not mad at the LGBT community. I envy you. Y'all have accomplished more in the last 10 years than black folks have in the last 500 as far as people being sensitive to your struggle.
Well, I mean, and that is true. And the same thing goes with
Mhm.
same thing goes with gay people for that matter. Like, they've gotten a lot done in a short amount of time.
Mhm.
But here's
Mhm.
what irritates me. Here's what irritates me, and oh, I just wish people wouldn't do that. It's the, this is what I'm going to fight mentality. You know what I mean? Like here's what I feel like: fight for everyone who's marginalized. You know what I mean? Not just whatever group you happen to be in. Fight for everyone.
That would be different. That'd be cool.
Because it's everyone's struggle. You know what I mean? And if everybody could just, and I hear this
This
a
is
lot,
America. My bullshit is more important than yours.
and I hear this a lot
Yep.
from, unfortunately, but from black gay people, where they're like, you know, if you talk to a lot of black gay people, they can't stand white gay people.
Why?
because apparently the white gays are just as racist as the
Really?
white straights. Yeah, and you know, but anyway,
Wow.
it's a thing. But my thing is just fight for everybody. You know, um, if you're white and you're gay, don't just be out there fighting for white gay people. Fight for black people, gay people, like everybody who's being
Who's
oppressed
marginalized, right?
or marginalized. Yeah, do that for everyone. And but I don't know. It
Off of
people have
Twitter in the real world. Yeah, do something outside.
Right.
well, yes, but people have a problem with empathy. I think. I think people have a problem with empathy, and I don't know. It's hard in the internet era. Like it just is. It's hard in the internet era because everything is so, I don't know. Everybody is just retreating into their whatever little corners of the internet are and not having to actually interact with people whose views differ from theirs. Because if my view differs from your view, then oh, I must be whatever phobic, which always makes me laugh
Or
because
anti. Mm-hmm.
yeah, because I'm like, do y'all even know what a phobia is?
An
Because
irrational fear.
yeah, because I ain't scared of y'all. You know, like I'm not scared.
Right.
So I don't even know where that comes from. But you know, but yeah, or you're anti this, or you're racist, or you're well, is a lot of misogyny going on. But you know, it's just like I don't know.
All of this is mixed with the fact that information comes at us so fast nowadays. A lot of people look at it like it's expendable. So the great
Exactly.
cause of today will be forgotten about in 3 days and it'll be a new thing. Oh, we all have to be concerned about now.
And
People
that's what
have no
irritates.
attention span.
Speaking of that, you know what irritates me more than anything else?
I'm not touching that one.
when when somebody tells me online to retweet something. Ah, that is so aggravating. Retweet if you're if you think that such and such and such and such. I'm not retweeting you. Just because you asked, just because you told me to. Just
Mm-hmm.
because I
Feel the
was
same way
directed to
about the
do it.
follow back.
Yeah, and that too. You know, but just because you told me to retweet it, I might agree with everything that you put in that statement, but because you told me to retweet it, I will not.
People need their likes.
Cuz it's so annoying. Or
I,
and that's the other one. Like if such and such. No,
Attention is a hell of a drug.
it is.
you know, here's the thing. People like you were talking, you were just, oh my God. You were just sitting up talking about how, 3 days later, like their focus will be on other things. I
Yep.
saw somebody put up, I think it was like last week on Facebook, like, so we still boycotting the NFL or what? And
I never boycotted the NFL. Remember we
I
had that
did.
discussion. I didn't.
Yeah, I
I
did,
didn't because I
and
thought it
I
was
still
stupid.
am. I have not, since the whole boycott thing.
I still think
I
it's stupid.
Well, yeah.
Go ahead, sister.
But go ahead.
Mm, mm, mm.
Let these devils know. Anyway.
Uh, since the whole boycott started, I have probably seen one game, and it was probably maybe about 2 or 3 weeks after the whole boycott thing started, and I happened to be in a bar where the game was playing. But besides that, not seen one game, not bought one piece of merchandise. Because see, here's the thing: if all the people who even said that they were boycotting consistently stayed with that for this amount of time, some changes would have been made because they would have lost a lot of money by now. But it's just like with all the rest of these causes, people are on them for a week. They'll change a profile picture. They'll have all these conversations on social media about it, and then they're on to the next shit.
Yeah, but
They're
here's the
all
thing.
doing it for attention. They don't really care about the cause.
Here's the thing, and we'll get to the NFL in a minute, but a lot of changes have been made.
Yeah.
However, here's why I always thought the boycott was stupid.
Okay.
And I wasn't the only one. There are a lot of people who were, in the know and in the industry that were like, yeah, that's never going to work. But here's the main reason. The main reason why it was never going to work is because these television contracts are negotiated years out. Years.
Absolutely.
We're talking about billions of dollars. So if I boycott you for a year or two, you're not losing shit. You've already made your billions on the, that's coming up on this contract.
But that's the reason why I say
But
if
also,
the boycott had still been in place.
Okay. But also, here's the other problem with the boycott.
Okay.
No, I understand what you're saying, but here's the other problem with the boycott. Okay. Now, listen, I'm sensitive to Cap's cause. Everything Cap says ain't gospel. Okay, that's the first thing. I'm sensitive to his cause. Okay, and I understand, why people were upset. However, you know how many black folks are in the NFL? So I'm gonna boycott the NFL over one, and if they were to stick with it long enough for it to even impact the NFL, which nobody was ever going to do, if they were to stick with it long enough to even impact the NFL financially, who do you think was going to bear the brunt of that? You think it was going to be the owners? Nah.
Never the owners.
It was never going to be the owners. It was going to be the players that are out there putting their bodies and jeopardizing their health. A lot of them black. So what are we doing? You know what I mean? Like, what are we doing? Like, to me, it just, the whole boycott the NFL thing, the same. And here's what was funny. Black people were talking about boycotting because of Kaepernick. White people were talking about boycotting because players were still kneeling. Nobody was really going to boycott. Neither one of them groups was really going to boycott the NFL. But I don't know. Anyway, but yeah, so that's what I mean by this group think. To me, the internet is no place for critical thinking. It's either it's here's what we're going to do and everybody get in line. And there is no room for critical thinking. Now,
which is America and a scrotum.
Now, listen. Okay, I cannot stand, like, to the depths of the pit of my soul. I cannot stand that bitch Candace Owens. Can't stand her. Hate her. I feel like she hates herself.
To Christopher Columbus last week.
I defended people being mad at him about the holiday. I never defended what he did. I said repeatedly, he's trash. What he did was trash. I was defending people being mad at Columbus about the holiday that he didn't have shit to do with. That's what I was defending, not what he did or who he was or any of that. Okay? Trust me, my ancestors felt it. But my point is, can't stand Candace Owens. However, That bitch, and I hate to say it, that bitch and other black conservatives do have a point when they be on there like, y'all can't stand any opinion that's different from yours. They have a point about that. Like,
Neither can they.
n- listen, listen. I agree. Well, not just neither can they. There's a whole dissertation about the self-loathing that goes into being a black Trump supporter, but we won't even we won't even get to that. But but my point is, if you leave no room for a disparate opinion, then critical there's no critical thought that goes into it. And I feel like the internet is full of that. Like, there's no room for you to say, and yes, I'm still raw about this. Beyonce, she's all right. What? You don't think that she walks on water? You don't think that she was anointed by, God himself? Listen, I said she's all right. Why are y'all bothering me? You know what I mean?
Because we upsetting people. I'm a 46-year-old man. I have never heard a whole Beyonce album in my life.
And that's all I'm saying. Like, no, I don't think she's the greatest ever, because I've lived longer than you and I've heard other people. So, do I think she's, yes, I like Beyonce. I did not trash her. All I said was, oh, she's all right. And you would have think I said, that bitch can't sing. You would have thought I said that, the way that hive came after me. But that's what I'm saying. Like, there's no room for a different opinion.
Are we allowed to say Rihanna can't sing?
I'll
A
say
lot of
it.
y'all need to stop lying to yourselves.
I've been saying it for years.
From
She
song number one.
listen.
Do people really feel like she can sing? Like, that's just like
People
saying,
I've heard
oh
it.
yeah, people will argue with you about that. But here's the thing about Rihanna. I like her music.
I like her music too, but she can't sing.
But she can't sing. But it doesn't matter. Like, I don't know why that's the hill y'all want to die on. I still like her music. But whatever. So
Anybody else we could piss off while we're here?
sure, because we about to dip into the sports world. So we'll piss off a whole bunch of other people, since while we're on the subject of of stuff that's going on. You want to talk about Kyrie first or Gruden? We
I
might as
just
well
got to
talk
throw
about.
in that Deontay Wilder is only 8 pounds heavier than me, so it has had me working out like I'm way younger than I am this week. But
We'll go with
Gruden
Gruden.
did a lot. He did a
Yeah,
lot.
we'll go with Gruden because we were talking about the NFL.
Yeah, let's not tear down the black man first.
Yeah, Star, you're familiar with the Gruden situation?
Nope.
Oh, you're gonna love this.
Okay. So John Gruden, longtime NFL coach and analyst, quarterback whisperer, so they say, got caught up in an investigation.
They were investigating the Washington football team, former Redskins, who have done a lot of fucked up shit.
A lot of fucked up shit. Basically, there were a lot of allegations against that team, which I think, well, I'm not going to say that, but there were a lot of allegations.
Clearly justified on a lot of them.
Oh, well, I never doubted them for a minute. like when them women stepped forward and said this was going on, I never doubted that for a second.
Star, they had the cheerleaders working events topless and basically being escorts.
Yeah, and threatening them if they didn't, comply, and there was all kinds of harassment going on, and a lot of them complained. And so,
Yeah.
well, yeah, but I mean, they had been complaining for years and nobody did anything. But finally, the NFL was like, you know what? We probably should take a look at this. And
We're still quicker than the U.S. gymnastics team.
well,
Dun, dun,
I
dun.
don't know that that's true, but but so they did apparently, and here's what's so stupid. They did this deep investigation, right?
Mm.
Roger Goodell, the commissioner, sub Raj, you know,
Yo,
uh,
first
like
name
he's
basis.
listening, right? But yeah, you know what? He used to always send me email, and he don't send me email anymore. I think I got on his
I
bad
don't
side.
think anybody in the NFL is sending emails for a while.
Well, after this, yeah, but I mean, this has been years ago where he used to send me. But anyway, so uh, the football team in Washington was under investigation, where they did this extensive investigation about institutional control and all
Mm-hmm.
this other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the thing: there is nothing in writing about their findings. They delivered the report verbally to the commissioner, not in writing. So there's nothing in writing for
What?
anybody to look. Girl. So right now, people are outraged about Gruden. This is what they really should be outraged about. This should have been transparent. Like there should be a report for everybody to look at. There's
Yeah.
not. Okay.
Yeah.
So to me, that's what's more outrageous than the Gruden shit. The Gruden shit is outrageous, and I don't think it's over with. And I'll tell you why. Okay. So the Gruden thing came out because they went through all the emails from that time. Like, I think they said something like, I don't know, there were hundreds of thousands of emails that they went through. And they found some emails where John Gruden had said about DeMaurice Smith, who at that time, I don't think he still is he? At that
Leader of
time,
the Players Association?
he was lead counsel of the Players Association.
Mm.
He said some racially disparaging things about
He said the
him.
nigga got big lips.
Well, he also called him stupid,
Damn.
which
That's an opinion statement. I wouldn't take that as racist. But he did let some homophobic and other things slip out. Well, slip out.
Yeah,
He was flagrant in the emails.
Yeah, but my point about D. Smith and you calling him stupid is that, here's an Ivy League educated man that was once the U.S. attorney that you're calling stupid. You know what I mean? Like, you may call him a lot of things. You're not, like, stupid is not something he is. Okay? But, like I said, old-timey racism, not just, But anyway, so those emails surfaced, and they asked Gruden about it. That particular email where he was talking about D. Smith. They asked Gruden about it, and Gruden said, what was his dumbass thing?
He said he refers to people that lie as rubber lips, so that's what he was talking about.
And that's what he was talking about. And there's not a racist bone in his, and racists always love that. There's not a racist bone in my body, right? Now, as soon as he said that, people were on TV caping for him and whatnot. Tony Dungy was like, I've known Gruden for years and I've never known him to be like this and blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, just wait. Because it occurred to me that if they looked through all them emails and that was the only one, they weren't going to come to Gruden about it. But I felt like they were giving him a chance. And sure enough, the next day, they were like, oh, okay. Well, what about these 12 emails where you used these derogatory terms and this sexist language? And by the way, you attached a photo of a topless Washington Redskins cheerleader. How about that? So, long story short, John Gruden has resigned as the head football coach and highest paid coach in the league. So he is no longer the Raiders coach. He is no longer affiliated with the league. And,
Oh,
well, I don't care. But
I'm a
people,
realist. I've played sports. It ain't the first time people were called negative gay slurs in the locker room, but you put it in writing, my dude. Like, what are we doing?
well, it's also, but here's the thing about Gruden and why I say he needed to lose his job, because he is in charge of people of color, including he's also in charge of the only and the first uh, active out gay player in the league. You know what I mean? So he's in charge of these people, not just on the field, but he also, had a big voice in the front office. So when you're in charge of people that you already have a bias
Disdain?
towards, a hatred for, like that can't be something. You can't be in charge of people if that's how you feel about people.
Yeah.
You just can't. So he needed to go, and that's fine. Um, but people are like, there are a lot of people who are like, I'm just so upset because, is this how they talk about us behind our back? Yes.
All the time.
Yes, this is
Where
how
the
they talk
fuck
about.
have you been?
Yes, always assume that that's how they're talking about you behind your back. Assume it.
Mm-mm.
Like you'll get farther in life if you just make that assumption going in. Is it sad that you have to? Yes. It is very, it's a sad state of affairs that I have to assume that I can't take what you say to me as face value.
Mm.
I can't take the relationship we've built as at face value because I don't know what you're saying behind closed doors. Yeah, that is sad. But that's the reality of being black, brown, female, gay,
Yeah.
trans, whatever you are that's marginalized in this country. That is what that is. Anybody else?
Welcome to the land of the free, home of the brave, people.
There we go.
Mm.
Now, about Kyrie's crazy ass.
Kyrie's crazy ass. Lord.
Let me throw in a little history. I'm
Sure.
from Plainfield, New Jersey. Once Magic Johnson got ousted from the league, I stopped fucking with the Lakers and went with the home team. I cheered my team on through a lot of loser ass years. And as soon as they moved to Brooklyn, I was like, yep, I'm done. I'm free.
Mm.
When they first scooped up Durant and Irving, I was like, that's dumb as fuck. We all know Kyrie's going Kyrie some shit, and both of them are injured half the year. Let's not get souped up like this is gonna work. Now, your boy, I hate to defend your dude right about now, but
Kyrie,
if he is willing to pass up on so much money on principle, I respect it.
listen, I
He's
don't have.
fucking stupid, but I respect it.
No, that's not the problem I have with him. Now, Star, do you know what's going on with that?
Nah.
Okay.
I'm
Kyrie-
listening though.
Kyrie, the flat earther.
Oh,
Kinda, sorta.
brother.
Yeah, kind of, sort of. He's not really, but he's the one that was
He
like
goes
the
back
earth
and
is
forth with
flat.
it.
Yeah, but whatever. Kyrie, the league put into place, you have to be vaccinated. Well, not even the league. I'm not even gonna say it was the league, okay?
Nah,
Because it
Barclays
really was.
did.
Because it really wasn't even the league. The league did put in some vaccination protocols that will make your life hell if you're not vaccinated. However, there's two municipalities that have NBA teams, which are San Francisco and New York, that will not let you in a public building by law if you are not vaccinated. Now, which means if you are a part of the Golden State Warriors, how you gonna practice or go to home games, right? If you are in New York, if you're Brooklyn or one of the
Knicks.
Knicks, then same thing, right?
Mhm.
So Kyrie, well, and Andrew Wiggins, but Wiggins decided,
Yeah.
out in Golden
Wiggins
State,
realized he's
yeah,
overpaid and better
to
get that money
begin
while
with,
he
right?
can.
Yeah, because the league was like, hey, we're not going to pay y'all if y'all miss games because of this. If y'all
Okay.
choose to miss games, you choose to miss games. So Kyrie was like, well, I'm not getting vaccinated. Now, the problem I have with Kyrie is not that he decided he's going to stand on principle and he's going to lose money um, because he won't get vaccinated. I don't have a problem with that. I really don't. Like, to me, that's his choice.
Yeah. You're free.
You're free. The problem I have with Kyrie is when he sits up there and says dumb shit like, listen, I am doing this to be a representative for the to be a voice, to give voice to the voiceless, because there's a lot of people in this country that are losing their jobs because they don't want to get vaccinated. But yet he's been ducking reporters. Like, he doesn't want to, like, if you want to give voice to the voiceless, then be a voice.
Who the fuck was sitting at home like, you know who we need to speak up for us right
And then
now?
there's that.
Kyrie
Okay?
motherfucking Irving. No one ever, to include his family.
And then there's that, because I don't know how you're helping these people by losing your own job. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know how that helps me in middle America, with my, with my $50,000 a year job. Like, I don't know how that helps me that you have decided that you gonna lose your job.
Oh, Kyrie's base salary for this season would have been 34,916,200.
Right.
Plus whatever bonuses, your man's probably walking away from close to 40 mil this
Right.
year.
Well,
To keep it
initially,
real.
yeah. Well, initially, he was going to miss home games, so it would have
Yeah.
been
And then the crew was like, yeah, we ain't paying you to play half a season.
exactly, yeah, yeah. The front office, well, not, and it wasn't even so much that we're not paying you to play half a season, but you need to be at practice.
Yeah.
You know, there there
Mm.
are things that a basketball team needs to do, to get in rhythm and in sync. And if you're not going to
Mhm.
be here half the time, then we can't. What can we do with that?
Mhm.
So if that's what you choose, then okay, well, we'll holler at you.
And then you got to depend on this same dude who just disappears for weeks at a time every season to just show up to every away game. Yeah, okay.
Exactly, and that's the other thing. Like, he's been very flaky,
And how's he getting away with this?
because he's
He's
Kyrie
a
Irving.
very good player,
Yeah.
but he ain't that good.
Yeah, he ain't good enough that they're gonna keep him on the payroll,
Yeah, he ain't
because of
LeBron,
it.
he ain't
Yeah,
Durant.
and see, and that's the problem to me. I think Kyrie is a little narcissistic. Well, they're all narcissistic,
He's
but
a
I
lot of
think
narcissistic.
right. But I think he's delusional, because he was talking about how he wants to be like Muhammad Ali, and I'm like, Muhammad
Mhm.
Ali.
This motherfucker thought LeBron James was the second best player on his team.
Yes, that's my point. That's my point.
Wow.
Like, Muhammad Ali was like the greatest at the time. You know what I mean? So when he takes a political stand, it means something.
Yeah, people are listening and
Yeah.
paying attention. Yeah.
Kyrie is the dude that said the earth was flat. Nobody
Kyrie the
listening to
Jesse
you.
Jackson out the crew, like you there, but
And well, and that was exactly what I said. I said he's more like Jesse Jackson. Like, he wants to show up, and put his face in front of the camera for the high profile shit. It
Yep.
is basically what it is. But man, You know, no shade to Jesse, because I do think he did a lot of good back in the day. But you know,
Back in the day,
back in
shade
the
that
day,
I got
yeah,
shade for his ass,
yes.
and
But
for
in the later
Al
years,
Sharpton and in the NAACP. But
yeah,
that's a whole
in
nother
in
conversation
the
because
later year,
all they do
in the
is
later
show up
years,
for high
all they do
profile
is
shit.
show up when the cameras turn on. Exactly.
Yep, that's it.
Yeah, but back in the day, you know, I am willing to concede he did do some good.
A
But
few years ago, I met the leader of the NAACP at it was a celebration for Irene Morgan. Google her, and I found it so odd that dude is even lighter than me.
yeah, why is that
Yeah,
odd?
I'm all for light skinned militants, but I was just like, "Word, you the leader? I."
I don't know why you think that's odd.
Listen, I know a whole bunch of mulattoes just mad at the other side of the chlorine in their gene pool. Just go ahead, bruh. I forgot his
So,
name at this point,
so
but he was cool.
Oh,
the leader should be
are you talking about Kwame?
No,
No, not him.
he looked like Prince Marky D.
Oh, I know who you're talking about. I can't think of his name, but
Yeah, I don't know if he's still in charge. This was maybe 4 or so years ago.
yeah, yeah. You know, I don't. Honestly, I be forgetting the NAACP is around. Like I do. Like I
It's
forget
very
about
easy
them
to
because
do.
yeah, because
Because let
but
something pop off, they are minimally involved until it gets to be a big news story.
well, that's why I said as soon as they turn on the cameras, then all of a sudden, you know, here we go. Yeah, Jesse Jackson irritated me so bad. Um,
Again, attention is a hell of a drug.
during that whole well that's still going on by the way that the Flint water crisis, he irritated me so bad.
Oh, he actually bothered to participate and say something?
Well, he
yeah,
showed up
because
in
it was
Flint.
making national
Yeah, yeah,
news.
he showed up in Flint when they turned on the cameras, and as soon as they
Well,
turned the cameras off, you ain't heard him say shit about it.
That's a you know what? Let's talk about that next week. Flint water.
Yeah, we can
no
talk about
doubt.
that next week. I'll put that down. I'll write it down because I know you won't.
And a lot of people out
We'll see.
here, regardless of where you live, really need to test your city water because
And that's true. Yeah, because a lot of people think it won't happen to them, but there's a lot of municipalities that are popping lead tests that are not good. So yeah, you do want to do that.
Detroit's got problems.
Oh, Detroit's got problems, but but the Detroit problems aren't with the water. Well, that's a whole different issue. The
The
problems,
water treatment plant is not the problem.
yeah,
It's
nor are
yeah,
nor the problems in Detroit are the buildings
yeah,
themselves
yeah,
and their pipes, not the city's pipes.
yeah.
So, but that's a whole different. We'll talk about that next week too, I guess.
Yeah.
And we'll also talk about that huge bubble. Um, remember the bubble
That popped up in
that
the
popped up
middle of the
in the
street.
middle of the street? Yeah, we'll talk about that. Because I
it's a
was
lot going on.
horrified and entertained. But anyway, but yeah, so that's what's going on in the world of sports.
Back to you,
Chaos,
Bob.
basically. Basketball season is about to start, y'all. So it is going to be the most wonderful time of the year because
Mm.
all my favorite seasons will be overlapping. That being football, basketball, and autumn. So
Okay.
who doesn't love that?
I love autumn. Hey.
Knock yourself out.
But yeah, so y'all also probably, well, y'all probably won't hear from me because I'll be in front of somebody's game like all the time and still trying to get in my regular TV watching, which probably is going to go to the wayside until at least February, if not June or July, because I always get behind during that time. But so there's that. Um,
Ooh, yeah.
So, Star,
Mm.
let's talk about something that ain't in the news. You got a friend? Well, your friend was no, not your friend. What am I talking
I
about?
was, I don't know. So, um, I was listening to a radio show earlier today,
That.
and they they had somebody write in, and basically this is what happened. This is what the story was about. So, a dude moved from one city to another city. He didn't have a job when he arrived in that city. Okay. And it was really difficult because of COVID, whatever, whatever. So he started working for a cousin. A cousin works some high level job in the entertainment business, and whatever position that the cousin gave him, he has access to driving different cars almost on a daily basis. And if you didn't know him, you probably think he was balling, right? So he met this woman while out on one of the errands for the cousin that he works for, and he was driving a Escalade. And here's the reason why that's important. So he meets the woman wherever he met her, and they get to talking, and within like maybe 20 minutes of the conversation, she said something about the truck being beautiful and that that was her dream car. um so anyway, they exchange information, and here they are 4 months later. The guy is all in. He's just like, she's beautiful, this, that, and the other. But he
Never told
thinks
her that
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 part
was.
of the reason why she's with him is because, he has access to all of these things.
Oh, so she knows that this is not his car.
He didn't really make that clear.
Oh.
I mean, you would assume if they've been dating for 4 months and he is driving a variety of cars.
Well, she may just think he's balling out.
Or works at a
Yeah,
dealership, but
Or, yeah, or something.
something.
But yeah.
But he's all in. He pretty much is like, I wanna, I'm thinking about, you know, at least asking her to, be engaged, or, about them getting engaged and this, that, and the other. And his cousin is telling him that she's a gold digger. And if she knew your situation for real, she'd drop you like a hard rock.
Why would you
so
ask
he trying
somebody
to
to
lock her
marry
down
you?
early.
Yeah, why would you
That's
ask
why.
somebody to marry you that doesn't know your situation?
Yeah, I mean, here's my thing. His thing was that even though he doesn't 100% believe that she'll drop him like a hot rock, he's still not sure how to introduce it. Even though he never said, these are my cars, this is my whatever, you know, he never said those things. But I mean,
Oh
whatever.
Lord. Be
Okay,
one of the
So
dudes to be up in the strip club like, nah, she really likes me.
she
here's
really likes me.
the longer he goes
Yes.
without telling the truth, without making it clear. To
Putting it on the
me,
table.
yeah, to me, he's being shady.
Yeah, you asked for it, but we all know the one dude who always dresses nice, got his little jewelry and cologne on, and drives the vehicle he can't afford, but be coming up after the fact like these hoes only love me because of my car, my jewels and shit. Yeah, dummy, get a
That's why
fucking
you bought it.
personality. Yeah,
Yeah.
and
And
you end up with the type of women that like that shit more than you.
listen, I am not a gold digger. Like superficial things I'm not into. However, if I had been dating this dude for a while and then he asked me to marry him, and I was like, cool. And then I
4 months
find
in.
out some shit, like that he has misrepresented himself. Yeah. Like
Did he? But okay, but did he
yes.
misrepresent himself?
Yes.
Did
On
he?
purpose.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. That is a lie of omission. A lie of omission. Okay. And he knows it is. He knows
I mean,
it is.
okay, at the beginning, I'm like, but after 4 months, yeah, you know, some conversation should have come up, like
That's my point.
these are not my cars,
and, Yeah, and that's my
She ain't
point.
been to his house.
Well, does he have a house? I mean,
I
Probably
have
sleeping on cousin's couch.
no clue.
because
I have no clue.
well, because and that's my question. Like, why are you gonna ask somebody to marry you who don't even know you? You know what I mean?
Because you want to lock it down while she believe you a more suave motherfucker than you actually are.
Well,
he's probably whipped.
Well, here's my thing. If she don't know you, chances are you don't really know her either.
Yeah.
Ding, 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 ding.
So why the fuck are you gonna marry somebody and y'all even know each other?
That's the other thing. You could tell dudes that wasn't fucking cute bitches when they was broke. Like, come on, bro. Y'all all caught up in one nice one. Like, you stupid.
To me, this all sounds silly.
Like who?
Like Dupree?
Jermaine?
Yes.
Nah, if you get a chance to bag Janet, you get a chance to bag Janet. Like, I done hit some chicks that look Janet level, but they was broke as hell. Janet, you kind of got to just, do what you... It's Nick Cannon and Mariah.
I'm just like, yeah, to me that just does not sound like a good idea for anybody in that situation. Like,
and he doesn't sound like the dude that's got all the, that has enough of the answers anyway.
That's what I'm saying.
I mean, I don't know.
You gonna fuck around and found out some shit about her. That's gonna rock your world too. So, first of all, slow your roll. Tell
10
the
kids.
truth.
They was just at the baby daddy's house
Exactly.
for the summer.
Or you might find out she already married. She can't marry you because she already got a husband. I mean, yeah, the whole thing seems silly.
It seems very silly.
Yeah, like
if her dream vehicle's an Escalade, that is pretty attainable with a reasonable job.
Right.
Yeah. So what is she doing?
Scooping a gold digger and ain't got no gold. What you doing, my guy?
Look, what is she doing? And my thing is, okay, even if your credit ain't in order, you can like save up probably about $8,500 and go to an auction and go get you an Escalade. I mean,
well, here's my thing. If an Escalade is my dream car, it's not. I don't really have a dream car per se, but if an Escalade is my dream car, I'm not gonna go date some dude just because he driving an Escalade.
It's not mine. I don't give a
exactly. like I might admire his car. I'd be like, oh, nice car or whatever, but I'm not dating you because you got an Escalade. Like, that's just silly.
Gold diggers are always funny to me. I had a coworker.
Funny. Yeah.
I had a coworker of mine who was like she was like gold digger personified. And like she was just a professional gold digger. But anywho, we were in this gas station and this guy comes in and he speaks and he smiles and he seems like he might be kind of flirting or he may have just been being nice. But he's a nice looking guy, so I'm, kind of having a conversation back with him. She looks him up and down, basically, and then she comes and stands in front of me and sticks out her hand and she was like, hi, my name is such and such, whatever. And because she's half naked, that pretty much took his attention.
Right.
And he starts talking to her. So like I walk away or whatever. And so she comes up. I was like, you know, you are a serious cock blocker. And she was like, girl, she was like, I got his number. She was like, did you see that helmet that he got? She was like, he got a BMW bike. I was like, okay. So we pay for our stuff. We walk outside. We walk outside. And dude was getting on a scooter with his BMW. Like a
Mm.
moped. He's getting on a moped with his BMW helmet.
Wow. There we go. See? They have fun on the back of that Vespa.
It was a
Be
little
the
bit better
same
than a
one
Vespa,
going
but still.
home. Like, she only liked me because she thought I had a BMW. That's why you bought the helmet. Stop it.
Right.
That's like you bought the helmet. I was like, oh my God. He rode away on that moped. I like to fell out. I think I laughed about that shit for about an hour. She just kept saying, shut up. I was like, oh my God, that is comedy gold.
Yeah, I have to agree. But yeah, gold diggers are funny. Dudes that like gold diggers are funny to me.
Wouldn't be no hoes without tricks.
Well, because I mean, yeah, men are funny in
That's
general,
another
but
thing. Pussy is not a form of currency, people. I know that might
agreed,
work on young dudes. I'm old. You gotta have something better going for you.
agreed. And for the record, neither is Dick.
Yeah.
Dick don't pay
I
no
tell my
rent.
daughters and my nieces all the time, like, you going through all this to look cute. Cute gets you dick. See what dick is worth on the stock market. Yeah, make some fucking
Exactly.
sense. Read a book.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. But, you know.
You might get to do it with a BMW helmet.
Got a Mercedes Benz keychain.
Yeah.
Boy.
Nothing wrong with it though.
Get personalities, people.
Yes.
Yeah.
Above all else, get some substance behind you. And also, how about quit worrying about who you want to date and who you want to because I mean, get your own in this world. You know what I mean? Like the thing about gold diggers for me is get your
Once
own.
he's
You know what
sick
I
of
mean?
your ass, you
If
right
you
back in the streets.
exactly
Mm-hmm.
if you put as much
Once they tired
energy
of playing with right.
into working
Once
on
they see what they playing with
yourself
your
as
ass,
you
you
do
out of here.
scheming on these dudes, you wouldn't have
Mm-hmm.
to scheme on these dudes. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
like go
Mm-hmm.
get your own.
Some of y'all have some of y'all goals are real minimal and it don't even take much.
Right. Like, I mean, I don't want to be in a situation where I didn't marry the dude and something happens to him and now I can't pay bills. You know what I mean? Like
Fucking insanity.
I don't I don't want to be in a situation like that. And I see it so often. Especially, you know,
Mm-hmm.
now, you know, in my advanced age, you know, people are starting to drop. I see that a lot where, you know,
Damn drop.
well, that's what they doing. But you know,
Shit is real, son.
like their husband passes away, and now all of a sudden, you know, they got to GoFundMe because they can't pay this or that, or you know, the kids need shoes. Like, get your own in this world. You know, there's nothing wrong with loving somebody, but you know, be self sufficient if you have to be.
It is a different type of love when you have your own shit. Because somebody genuinely wanting you and you wanting them and don't need their ass,
Thank
especially
you,
financially,
thank
that's some
you.
love.
Mm-hmm.
I say that all the time. I would rather somebody who just wants to be with me than somebody who is with me because they don't have an out.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, quite frankly, I mean, it's some dudes out there that like that shit. They like a woman that ain't got an out. So
Yeah. They tend to not be shit.
And well, I was going to say they tend to not be so nice to those women, and that's why they like them. But I mean, whatever. Young people that are listening, get your own shit. Work on
Yep.
you.
Be
Be
self-sufficient.
self-sufficient in this world. Okay.
Get off your mama couch.
Driving your mama's car.
Exactly. And well, never mind. Listen, if you got to do that while you're young, hustle while you like do your hustling while you're young. Go ahead and do that. Save up your money. Like, I'm not mad if you staying with your parents and you're saving up money and you are getting on your feet or whatever. But don't be
Yeah.
at your mama's house sleeping until noon, 1 o'clock, not being about nothing. Because
Playing games all day, bitching if she asks you to wash the dishes.
Exactly. Because at some point your mama gonna get tired of that shit and she gonna put your ass out too. So be self-sufficient. That's all I'm saying. Like, I'm not a person who's like, you have to go to college, but go do something to better yourself.
Subject to.
Yeah.
If you're not going into a career that directly needs a college degree, why are you wasting your time and money?
Well, I mean, that's a whole nother topic. I can do a soliloquy on that. But, I mean, you don't have to go to college, but go do something. Go to trade school. Or if what you
learn the difference between a career and a job.
And if what you want to do doesn't require school of any kind, then you need to be out there hustling, because the hustling type jobs, they require you to hustle all day, not when you wake up at 2. Nah.
Yep.
So, but anyway, I'm climbing down off my soapbox about that. So, I mean, I was going to talk about my hormones, but I don't feel like it anymore because hormones. But to summarize, estrogen is the devil and testosterone ain't shit either. For y'all that are, feeling a little superior.
You don't have to project. You could just feel what you feel.
I am feeling what I feel. I feel like estrogen is the devil and testosterone ain't shit. I just said what I feel. That is how I feel.
You just missed what I said. All right. So, if you like the show, tell a friend, tell a foe, tell a hoe, tell a lot of hoes. And if you don't, tell everybody you know and some other people and some people you hate and them too. It's the Threesome Podcast on Facebook and Instagram, the Threesome Pod on Twitter, MySpace coming soon. I don't know.
It doesn't. Is MySpace still a thing? Like, can you still go to MySpace?
I'm pretty sure it still exists. It looks nothing like it used to, but honestly, I liked MySpace more than the rest of them. But
well, I mean,
everybody left.
You know what?
And I was sitting alone like Will Smith in the last episode of Fresh Prince.
You know what I will say about MySpace? It forced a whole lot of people who otherwise wouldn't to learn a whole lot of like CSS and HTML. Yes. So
fortunately, I'm old enough to had already known that shit.
Yeah, so I'm not mad at MySpace at all. But I'm sorry. Where were we?
Out this bitch.
Oh, that's right. I gotta go walk the dog.
Toodles. Fucking the dog.
Oh.